Have you heard about the Big Five and always wondered what it means? What is it and why do we use it? Let's talk personality. What's up guys and welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about personality psychology and especially about the Big Five. Those are personality traits which are frequently used in personality psychology for better comparison of studies, for instance. I'll cover topics like what are the Big Fives, what are the pros and cons, how can they change over our lives, and how do we measure them. So let's dive into them. The Big Five are personality traits which can be remembered by the acronym OCEAN. Openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. It's the most frequent used model in personality psychology and makes it easier to compare studies as most studies use this model. These five traits arose from the lexical approach of finding personality traits. So how did they do that? What they did were they structured all personality related words into a list and summarized them in terms of similarity and frequency. Then those five traits emerged. However, in other languages, these traits wouldn't emerge out of the lexical approach. That's why cross-cultural comparison is difficult to do. This is one of the cons, so let's just dive into other cons and pros. Another disadvantage is that the Big Five are too broad and don't capture all the personality traits there are. There are facets, however, but they are not really used that often, so just the Big Five are used in most studies. On the other hand, we have the pros. One pro, as mentioned before, is that many studies use the same model, so the Big Five model, so we have comparable studies and research. Another one is the Big Five are pretty good predictors of life events. For example, people who score high on conscientiousness are better off in university and better in social interactions, like in their friendships and love relationships. However, we have to keep in mind that the correlation, so the relationship between the life satisfaction and the trait isn't perfect, it's not one. So it can be a probability, but it's not a real predictor. So let's move on to how personality traits are measured. The most frequently used measurement is questionnaire. These are just questions you have to answer or statements you have to agree or disagree on. I put an example of a questionnaire in the description so you can assess your personality, so how you personally Big Five are distributed. Finally, let's find out how personality can change. Personality is made of our biology, so our genes, and also our reaction to the environment. Genetically speaking, we become more mature over time. That means that conscientiousness and agreeableness increase, whereas neuroticism decreases. But there are also our reactions to situation and environment. Firstly, we have to say that personality can change over the course of all our life. There were even scientists who thought that personality just changes until the age of 30 and stays the same afterwards. However, this is not true. Our personality can change our whole life. This is called the plasticity hypothesis. How can we change our personality? Two factors are crucial. First of all, our roles. If you get a new job and have new responsibilities, you have to be more conscious about your time and the responsibility you have. This, for example, makes you more conscientious, which rises the conscientiousness level. This is one example. This might also be the case when you become a parent, as you have more responsibilities. Secondly, there are life events. So a major change in our life or a major life event can change our personality. For example, from the transition from high school to university, your personality can change. There are more people, more new classes, more content, other teachers, and due to the fact that you change and adapt to this environment, your personality can change. For example, you can be more open to experiences and be more conscientious as you try to be on time and work harder. Alright, so we've covered a lot about personality psychology. We've learned about what they are, what are the Big Fives, what are their pros and cons, how are personality traits measured, and how can they change over the course of our life. If you're interested, do a personality test, which I link down in the description. I'd be more than happy to read about your assessment in the comments. If you have other aspects you want me to explain, just leave it down in the comments and I will read that and make a video on that. See you next time when we talk psychology. Bye.